amazing morning. I didn't know what to expect when I saw the lineup of speakers, and I've been very, very impressed. I have some very big shoes to fill. I'm going to take you into the structure piece that Ted was referring to, which is the people part. So we're in this small group, and the question she gave us was, in a perfect world, what would you do? And our flip chart for about 10 minutes was completely blank. It stayed blank. And the team was really struggling with the word perfect. So I just threw out and said, well guys, let's forget about perfect. What would good look like? And all of a sudden we started to fill up the flip chart. The magic question was born. So I want you to write that down. What does good look like? I want you to post that on your mirror in your bathroom. I want you to post it in your office. I want you to post it on the dash of your car. I want you to constantly be looking at that question, because that one magical question will move you into senior management faster than anything else. The magical question of what does good look like does some amazing things. As soon as somebody comes into your office and starts dumping all their problems and all their stuff on you, and you just sort of sit there, and then you say, tell me. You gotta look thoughtful. Tell me, what does good look like? And watch what happens to their face. Their face will instantly change. They'll go from problem finder or problem dumper to solution finder. Instantly, they will start to work on solutions. Then you just sit back, and then when they're finished, you say, great, go do it. In May of 1961, when John F. Kennedy came up with that amazing vision when he was in a speech to Congress, and he said, by the end of this decade, we will put a man on the moon, bring him back safely to Earth, and then put everything into play for the United States around and wrapped around that vision. At a time in 1961 when they had no idea how they were going to send a guy to the moon. So they had this long to-do list of things to do. And one of the things on their to-do list was, well, how are the astronauts going to record things in space? So some engineer, no offense to the engineers in the room, decided that they needed to develop a pen that could write in zero gravity under high G's, high temperatures, low temperatures, can write upside down, blah, 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 blah. So a guy by the name of Paul Fisher went to work, and he designed what is now known as the Fisher Space Pen. It cost him $12 million, so his own money. NASA didn't spend any money on it. And they still use it today. However, the Russians used offense. Teenagers are amazing because they've had 14 years of studying your every move. They know your strategies, and they have developed counter strategies. They have found out what your hot buttons are, and they can push that hot button and send you over the edge in about 5 seconds flat. 1,500 women could not send me over the edge like my teenage daughter can in about 5 seconds. 14 years, you can become a brain surgeon in less time. But in 14 years, they have completely figured you out. And then they reach this point in time when they go to bed one night, this angelic little child. And somewhere during the night, the puberty fairy comes down and sucks their brains right out of their heads. They wake up the next morning, they won't eat breakfast. They want to wear weird clothes. And they want to argue with you over absolutely everything. Black, white. Then they take over the television. They take over the family computer. They take over the refrigerator. They start to tell you what you're going to be doing. You go to your refrigerator and all the beer is gone. If they were an employee, you could just fire them. That level of dysfunctionality is not acceptable in any business culture. But at home, you have to make it functional. Now, at the same time, we, with a higher level of IQ, could outwit and outsmart and outdebate any teenager on the planet if we wanted to. But that just causes problems, because then they go and tell your wife. You have to learn how to get answers out of a child or a teenager that only wants to reply in one-word answers. And usually, huh? So the thing I learned the most about emotional intelligence through my teenagers was that despite everything that I wanted to say, I had to shut up and listen. I'd let them talk. And then another very, very important thing in business as a senior leader, in order for you to motivate people, you have to get people to understand why. Now with teenagers, it would be real easy to say, this is what I'd like you to do, and then they would say, well, why should I do that? It'd be real easy for you to say, because I said so. But that doesn't get engagement, that doesn't get them wanting to go on the journey. So if you learn this from your teenagers, or if you don't have a teenager, go rent one for a weekend. Just don't have any beer in the house. You will learn all of these things that a teenager can teach you. And these are the 4 things about emotional intelligence that my teenagers have taught me. Number 1, listen. Too often, leaders love to hear the sound of their own voice. And they talk and they talk and they talk and they talk. Having teenagers teaches you to shut up and listen. Because teenagers don't always talk. But when they do, it's magical. So you just need to listen. And some of the things that they will say convinces you that maybe their brains have not been sucked out of their head. It's just their bodies are being ravaged by hormones, and it's affecting their intelligence. But when you listen, and then it's your turn to talk, ask really good questions. And then shut up and listen again. Whenever you are having a discussion and you can actually get them to listen, focus on behaviors, just like with your employees. And then finally, no drama. There's enough drama the teenager's trying to dump on you. The worst thing that you can do is go to the same level of drama as them. Nothing will get solved. Nothing will get solved. Now take those emotional intelligence lessons and take them back into the workplace where you as a leader, maybe a leader of a big team, maybe a leader of nobody, but you are a leader in the business. Learn to listen, learn to ask really good questions, learn to focus on their behaviors, the behaviors that you would like to see, so catch people doing things right, and no drama. There's no place in the workplace for drama. Probably no wonder why senior leaders in the organizations you work for usually don't get upset at anything. You might think it's because they got gray hair and they've been there, done that before, but I guarantee you it's because they have teenagers at home. And that they have learned how to sharpen their emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence as a senior leader is far more important than your cognitive intelligence. Far more important.